Hi, I'm Kevin Nealon.
And I'm the special guest, Brian Cranston.
Welcome back to the Kevin Nealon podcast, where I take a celebrity guest on a hike through the mountains of Santa Monica. Okay, just kidding.
We fooled them, Dan.
So we don't do these update videos on this channel very often, but every now and then it feels like it's necessary. So today feels like one of those days. Last time we uploaded the video was when we did the truck tour, and that was immediately after, well, not chronologically, but in the scheme of things on our channel, you'll see it right after our Costa Rica video, which is odd. For those of you that only follow us on YouTube, and I know there's probably a few, because I get some questions in the comments now and then about how we are, how things are doing. So this video is actually for you guys, those of you that are concerned about us. But yes, this is a sort of a proof of life video. We were not held hostage to make that last truck tour.
Yeah, we got out of Costa Rica. Oh, they saw the truck tour, so they know we're in LA.
We're in LA. And after Costa Rica, we'll continue heading south and eventually down to Panama and going across the Darien Gap on a Ro-Ro ship. And we flew, the truck went on the Ro-Ro ship. And then we'll continue making our way all the way down to the bottom of Argentina, which we made it to Ushuaia. I think this would have been probably February, so 3 months ago. And from there, we slowly made our way back up. Took us about a month and a half, 2 months to get back up to the top of Argentina at Buenos Aires, which is where we flew back to the United States. And since then, our van has been on a Ro-Ro ship, slowly making its way back.
It's getting close now.
It's actually right at the entrance of Galveston Bay as we speak. I just checked this morning. Our Ro-Ro ship is pulling into dock, I assume. So we need to figure out how to get ourselves down to Galveston. We're trying to decide if we're gonna drive the new truck or fly down, but those are decisions that we have to make. But we did want to make this video for you guys to kind of let you guys know what's been happening. So when we came back about a month ago, we've been building this truck kind of behind the scenes, starting right about Costa Rica, where you guys saw.
Where the video stopped.
Yeah, where the video stopped. I mean, that's one of the few things that kind of started to compound during that time when we were trying to figure out, working with people, working with Brian, trying to figure out how to build this truck from afar. We had to buy this truck. I remember calling, the idea started in Costa Rica, and when we got to Colombia, I remember calling a bunch of dealerships in Colorado, figuring out if I can buy a truck without physically being there, being able to sign a wet signature. And then that all came to fruition. Finally, I think around September is when the truck was delivered. And since then, we've been working with Bowen Customs to build our flatbed. Brent Bowen has been really, really great, really gracious in working with us. He sent a guy to the dealership in Littleton, picked it up for us, drove it back to his shop, which is about 45 minutes away. Afterwards, he had another one of his guys drive the truck all the way to Off-Grid 4x4 in Frederick, Colorado, where Matt and his team did all the truck upgrades for us. And then from there, we were trying to figure out how to get the truck back to California, which is where we are. And Brent stepped up again. This time, he was actually trying to get our truck to be on display at his booth at Overland Expo in Costa Mesa, the first SoCal event of its kind. And he brought the truck on a back of a flatbed on a flatbed, all the way to Woodland, Colorado.
Yeah, the 4-wheel factory.
Where the 4-wheel camper guys had finished our build on the camper, and they were able to install our camper onto the truck outside of our original planned installation window, by the way.
I gotta tie my shoe.
Thank those guys for that as well. So yeah, that's
Okay.
that's sort of where we are. because from there, Brent sent yet another guy, one of the same guys, I think. His guy Stu, which is great. Stu was our
Point of contact.
point of contact. He was the person that held our hand basically through the whole process. And he drove it from basically Sacramento all the way down to Orange County. He's the first person to actually drive this truck. I think he was the one that picked it up from the dealership. He may have been the one who drove it to Off-Grid 4x4. So at this point, he knows more about this truck than anybody.
Way more than us, because we haven't even stepped foot in North America yet.
By the time we saw our truck for the first time, it was sitting in front of Marlene's parents' house, because our friend Chris and Karina from Momentary Locals was at the show displaying their brand new truck as well that they built. And they were gracious enough to drive it from Costa Rica up to LA for us and drop it off. So that's how we ended up showing up, getting off the airplane from Buenos Aires. That was a long, I want to say it was like a 40-hour travel
It was long.
day, 2 days of travel. And yeah, first time seeing our truck.
And what did we do? We took it straight to In-N-Out Burger.
and right away at that In-N-Out, because we had to drive it.
Yeah, we had to.
And it was late,
Yeah,
and we needed In-N-Out.
we're tired,
Yeah.
but we did
Right
it.
away at the parking lot of the In-N-Out, as we're sitting in there waiting for our burgers to come, we see a guy out there like getting out of his car taking pictures. So yeah, it's an attention grabber. It is a car that is far more noticeable than our van. We get that. It's a big truck with 37s, and in the last 30 days since we've been back, we've been making more modifications, because after we got all of our stuff installed, the flatbed, the suspension, the tires, the wheels, the bumper, the winch, we still have a lot more things to do. Like I wanted to do electrical modifications. So we have a bunch of Red Arc components that I installed because I want to be able to do. Came with the Manager 30 and the Rogue TVMS system in the car, or in the camper, which I really love. It's a huge leap in the technology that four-wheel campers have had. Huge leap from the one that we used to own 10 years ago. But the limitation was that it can only charge at 30 amps, 12 volt max. That is a combination of solar, shore power, or solar engine, or actually in the rare situation where you're charging from all three, I think it can only do 30. So we need to add to that capacity. So I installed a BCDC Alpha 50 amp to supplement more power from solar and engine. So now we can charge a total of 80 amps, which is great because we have air conditioning in this one. Part of that desire to have air conditioning also came out of Costa Rica. Just mostly
It was so hot.
all over Central America in places where we couldn't get up high enough in altitude to get some reprieve from the heat. So the upgrades that we did the BCDC Alpha 50 to get more power to be able to charge faster, because our truck did come with a 410 amp hour alternator. And we also installed 660 watts of Go Power solar panels. They're the semi-flexible kind, so they had to be raised off the roof, but it also has to be lightweight. So I built a kind of a custom mounting system out of aluminum angles that raises it off enough for airflow to go under, and also lightweight enough so that it's not hard to lift the roof, which it already is because we have an air conditioner up there.
Yeah. But how do you feel about lifting it with 660 watts and AC?
It's definitely heavier than just with the AC. I mean, obviously. And it is noticeable. I can tell the difference before and after. But it is still doable. I don't know how I feel if I was like really tired or if I have an injury. But the nice thing about that is we do have the internal actuator lifting mechanism from 4Wheel. And when you buy the air conditioner from 4Wheel campers, they do require you get the internal lifter, actuator based lifter. So we have that. It does work. So we will do a more thorough review of the entire upgrade, all the upgrades that we've done. So the purpose of that last video that we uploaded about just the tour, internal and external, of the truck and camper, is that we want to show you guys what it looks like straight out of the factory without any mods. So that was the only mod that we did, was the side steps. I think the side steps were already installed.
Yeah, so this is something that if you wanted to do yourself, you can build the same thing
Yeah. You
from the convenience of your home. We were in Central and South America and we pulled it off. So
yeah, you don't have to go lift your finger any higher than, you know, this much from your keyboard,
yeah,
or maybe a phone call or two. So we were able to do everything that you saw in that last video without going anywhere. So so you can call up Ford, or you can go to the Ford's website, or any whatever truck that you want, order a truck, have it shipped to a dealership, and then have that truck brought to Bowen Customs. He'll put on the flatbed for you, and then find an upfitter that will do all the suspension, tire, wheels work. And then from there, Full Wheel Camper will build your entire thing customized to your specific needs, and they'll just have it sitting on the rack in their warehouse waiting for you to bring the truck over, and boom, after that you can have that truck exactly the way it looked in that last video. So in the future videos of our truck tour, we'll show you all the different upgrades that we've done, including these. There's a bunch of other small things that we've done as well. We'll show you that. We right now we're working on all the front runner gear.
Yeah, lifted the rack up over. We didn't smash the windshield. We somehow installed it.
Yeah.
I have noodle arms.
It's hard to make videos of things that you're doing for the first time, because you don't know if you're doing it right, and you don't know if the video is going to be watchable, because you know you're going to be cursing, you're going to be doing a lot of things and redoing a lot of things and trying a bunch of new things, and if it's even useful to other people. For the purpose of documenting the process, sure, that helps, but our videos in these kinds of upgrades, I'd much rather for them to be useful and helpful. So we will show you after the fact on these things when they're done. So yeah, it's our life right now, and it'll be our life for the next month or so. We'll have graduation coming up for Ava, and then we have a couple of family gatherings that we need to attend to, and they want to go see their friends. We want to see our friends. We've already seen some of them in a couple of events since we've been back, but our plan this summer is to leave Southern California around the middle of June and start making our way north, and we want to go up to my brother's place and my mom's place in NorCal and visit them for a little bit before we make our way up to Bend, Oregon, or rather Redmond, Oregon, just a little bit north of Bend, to attend Overland Expo Pacific Northwest 2025, where we will be displaying our truck once again at the Expion 360's booth. They are a title sponsor for the event, and they're also one of our sponsors for the build, and we're looking forward to meeting them. We're looking forward to being at their booth. Looking forward to PNW, actually. We really liked that event. We were there 2 years ago. And then from there, we will head north into Canada and hopefully all the way up to the Arctic Ocean. I'm not sure which one we're going to do yet.
Yeah, but north as far as we can on some path.
Yeah, either the Dempster or the Dalton, maybe both.
Depends on how much time we have, where Ava goes to college. Does she take a gap year? It's all up in the air. So really, we've got some decisions that will affect that, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So there you go. We're still alive. We are here, and all the videos that I shot since Costa Rica will eventually get edited and uploaded. I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna do a bunch of shorter videos, or I might just do like one Central America video or Panama video, and then one like, you know, South America video. That might be the way I get through all of this. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for being patient, and I do intend on making those videos and will put them up as soon as I get to them. So, and if you guys want to, for those of you that are only following us here, you may want to consider following on Instagram. And also, we just started a Substack.
Yeah.
And when I say started a Substack, really what we did is we migrated our newsletter from our self-hosted newsletter to Substack. So that way we can share a lot more stuff. We can share little video clips. There's an alternate video clip of this one that you can go watch there. It is mollymish.substack.com, and go check it out. And we'll share little notes, little photos, all the little things that we share on the day-to-day basis. And that's not, it doesn't fit like Instagram or YouTube. It'll be shared there. And also Marlene shares funny things on Threads. So anyways, thank you guys. We appreciate all of you for being subscribers.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
We'll see you later.
Bye.